The Seoul subway is like a web which crisscrosses this dynamic metropolis that has many stories to tell.
Of all the cities I've lived in, Seoul changes the most quickly. The adjective dynamic gets used a lot with Seoul. There's just a lot more variety, a lot of hidden history that the average visitor and even the average Seoulite misses. So we're hoping, through the project, we really hope to kind of shed a light on those different aspects of the city.
Here's how I enjoy Seoul my way. Join me in my subway tour. On a weekend morning, I took a subway train with my friends. Shindong Station on Subway Line 2 is where one of Seoul's oldest neighborhoods is located. Its back alley is full of items that carry with them memories of the days gone by. Shindong Station is one of my favorite places because here you can see the everyday life.
Don't you want to croon a little bit? You wonder, it's the kind of place where you wonder about the lives behind all this stuff, because at one point somebody owned these speakers and somebody owned these guitars and somebody owned those old Nintendo video games, and you wonder about who those people were, why they bought them, why they got rid of them, why someone else might want them. But those are things you can't really get the answers to. So your mind is free to imagine whatever you want. Oh yeah. Yeah, so West Coast. Does it have the phone number on here? It came from 3677 South Crenshaw Boulevard in LA. Growing up when I was a kid, and I think if you go back to the States now, it'd probably be hard to find something like this, just because there's not that many public phone booths anymore, because everybody has cell phones. So to not only see it, but see it in Seoul, yeah, it's weird, but it's kind of, I don't know, it's fun.
This part of Seoul is especially warm and affectionate.
If you take the time and if you have the curiosity, there's a lot to discover, and so just by doing some research, but mostly just by getting out, going to new places, walking around, right? There's really a lot that you can discover if you take the time to notice it.
Strolling here, you can smell sawdust and hear the roaring sound of old machines. They come from a workshop whose owner makes and sells a range of everyday articles.
This is the sort of work that you imagine, like when I think of smithing, I think of people doing it in, the 1800s. I think of like Dickens novels and things like that. I don't think of it happening in Seoul in 2014.
I didn't even know that things like this still existed in the world. It's fascinating.
I wonder how long this man has been working here.
자요?
40여 년 돼. 여기가 16군데 있었는데 다 없어지고 지금
The life of this man is part of the history of Seoul.
손이 좀 붓고 옛날에 저 매질이라고 그랬더니 손이 좀 붓거든.
사장님 하나 둘
거기는 이쁘게 나왔네.
The project started basically as a way for us to explore Seoul, see more of the city, get to parts that we probably wouldn't go to otherwise, and we use the subway to do that, to get around Seoul, and so we use the subway kind of as an organizing device for the blog and for the book.
The Jungang Market is located near exit 2 of Shindang Station. It's the third largest traditional market in Seoul. In the past, 80% of rice transactions in the city were performed here. That's how big the market is.
다 드셔봐도 돼.
We decided to try yangnyeom gaejang, which is raw crabs in sweet and spicy sauce.
We need a bowl of rice.
Yeah. Now we need one bowl of rice.
Yeah.
I think that if you really want to understand a society, knowing about its food is one of the best ways of doing so. And when you come to the market, you really get a full picture of what people in Seoul eat, what people in Korea, their food and the way they buy food. That's a very good reflection of Korean society. Yeah.
It's not so much galleries, it's just studio spaces. To get in an effort to support local artists, it turned a bunch of the little former market stalls into these little art studios. But it's like holograms. So you see from one end, so people in the market, the fish restaurant workers, and from one angle, just regular portrait. But then if you shift the angle, then they're dressed up in superhero costumes. They turn into Superman or Wonder Woman, or they.
This market underwent a major renovation in a bid to survive in the rapidly changing urban environment, where conventional markets are increasingly losing ground. Thanks to the collaboration between local residents and artists, it was reborn into a sophisticated market. Every fall, the marketplace, from basement to ground level, becomes a venue for a dynamic festival with all the merchants and artists taking part. They share food and celebrate together, which helps them strengthen their friendship and a sense of belonging. At the market, you can also buy handicrafts made by young artists.
죽어있던 공간을 살린다는 점에서는 어떻게 보면 예술가들밖에 할 수 없는 일이라고도 생각을 했고요.
Discovering the hidden stories and landscapes of Seoul is the joy of traveling by subway.
In Seoul, because you have such a big city with so many people, you need a very kind of extensive, very efficient system, and Seoul's managed to do that. And there's just a lot more, variety, a lot of hidden history that the average visitor and even the average Seoulite misses. So we're hoping, through the project and through the book, we really hope to kind of shed a light on those different aspects of the city.
I began my subway tours around Seoul in 2009. After each trip, I wrote about my experiences on my blog. Then, in the spring of 2014, I published a book about subway travel in Seoul.
The project in the book has really opened my eyes as to how diverse the city is. It has rich parts, it has poor parts, it has very modern neighborhoods, it has really traditional neighborhoods.
Subway Line 2, which runs through the northern and southern parts of Seoul, is the most efficient way to see the city's diversity.
I don't know, I never heard about Gangnam until, not the way it was until Gangnam Style.
Gangnam Style.
There's always so much happening there. Everything seems new. It seems very fresh. There's a lot of the focus on business and kind of fashion and.
Gangnam Style.
This street rose to global fame thanks to the song Gangnam Style, but there's more to it than meets the eye. It's also home to historic relics hidden among its glittering skyscrapers and all the latest trends. They include the royal tombs of the Joseon dynasty, which reigned over the Korean peninsula for 5 centuries. In 2009, the 40 tombs of Joseon were officially registered as UNESCO World Heritage Sites. They received recognition for their unique designs, representing Confucian traditions and values. The size and magnificence of the tombs demonstrate the dignity of kings who used to rule this land many, many years ago.
이 성물들은 여러 가지 역할이 있지만은 성물들의 대부분의 역할은 뭐냐면요, 이 능에서 나오는 좋은 기운들이 밖으로 빠져나가지 못하게 하고, 밖에 있는 안 좋은 기운이 안으로 들어오지 못하게 하는 대부분의 역할들이 다 그런 역할을 하고 있는 거예요.
Kind of think of Gangnam as being ahistorical. Like there is no history. Like there was nothing, and then there was construction, and now there's Gangnam. But places like this, or places like Bonggeunsa Temple near Quek's, kind of, it's a good reminder that this side of town, you know, has a long history.
While in Gangnam, you can see how traditions are juxtaposed with modernity. In Gangbuk, you will often come across traces of Seoul's past.
You can transfer to line number 6.
This time, we are heading to Hapjeong Station. It's one of the closest subway stops to the Hangang River. I wanted to show my friends a more relaxed side of Seoul.
Hapjeong is right next to the river, so it's got good nature. I mean, here's a little more like park than historical site. So, like after having meals at the restaurants near the station, then you can have a walk here. I think it's a good place to maybe a date or something.
Hapjeong Station played an important role in the modern and contemporary history of Korea. In the late 19th century, the Korean peninsula was thrown into confusion by the influx of Western culture. The Joseon dynasty, which wanted to isolate the Korean nation from foreigners, persecuted Catholics. At the time, some 8,000 Catholics were executed here.
Enthusiastic adherence. This is a statue of Andrew Kim Dae-gon, who was the first ordained Catholic priest in South Korea. I think at 26 he was arrested and executed, and later he's now the patron saint of South Korea.
In August 2014, Pope Francis visited Korea and conducted a beatification ceremony for the 124 martyrs who spread Catholicism in Korea and died for their faith.
You see how the Korean attitudes towards foreigners and foreign influence have changed. You know, here at the Martyr Shrine, you see kind of the worst aspects of that. But just outside, like in the Hapjeong neighborhood, you see how much like Western ideas and Western culture has really influenced Korea and how much it's been adapted.
The riverfront area of Hapjeong Station is a historic spot. But beyond that, you'll find a whole cluster of cafes. This pizza restaurant is one of my favorite places. Pizza is baked here in a traditional Italian oven. The owner of this place personally learned how to make it in Naples.
뭐 하시는 거예요? 하도 밑바닥 온도를 재고 있는 건데요. 이게 지금 밑바닥 온도랑 그 나무불 윗불이랑 전체적으로 이 밸런스가 맞아야지 피자가 잘 거지거든요. 그래서 항상 그 바닥이 타지 않게 정확히 온도를 체크해 주는 겁니다.
As someone who used to live in Italy, I can say that pizza served here is simply the best. The more you learn about Seoul, the more delightful this city becomes.
Like the sauce too. It has like just that right amount.
Mashi style.
This is definitely the best pizza you can find in Seoul. Yeah, and then I really like the freshness of the ingredients. Like mozzarella, rucola, they're really good.
You know, Sincheon's a big university area. You know, you have several like big universities surrounding Yonsei, Ewha, Seogang, Hongdae. So it's sort of the big hub of student life and student culture and so on.
Sincheon Station is a vibrant spot that transforms into a water park in July every year.
It's a fun place. There's a lot going on. University culture is always fun. I feel like I'm not too young.
It's a perfect way to chase away stress and beat the heat of the summer with the fun of a water gun. To me, the Seoul subway is like a handy GPS device that helps me discover the hidden charm of Korea one stop at a time.
Flick through the waves on the radio, pop stars wailing on the chart show. They sing of love and all those teenage things, they never change.